All right, guys. Came across a video about the extreme skin bleaching that's going on in China. I'll leave a link down below the original creator. Let's go ahead and start the video.
Side today. Anyways, would you like to try my new skin whitening cream? I promise that you'll be glowing by the end of the day. Now, the trend of having white and pale skin in Asia has been around forever now. Either that be through skincare, makeup, or most beloved, Chinese filters. But there are many people in China right now going to these sketchy beauty clinics to get hooked up to these IV drips and these skin whitening injections to become paler from the inside out. You also can't forget about our whitening creams that completely bleach your skin, which is completely safe and totally not full of poisonous mercury that can cause kidney failure. But here's the thing.
I'm sure it's safe. I'm sure it's FDA approved. It's not dangerous whatsoever.
The glowing white skin obsession didn't just appear randomly. I mean, they've been brewing, they've been cooking this for centuries. I mean, back in the Heian era of China, being pale wasn't just about beauty, it was a literal flex. If you had pale skin, it meant you were rich and beautiful, and you probably weren't out there under the sun doing manual labor work. Most likely you were, sitting inside, sipping Molly tea of that era and enjoying your best life. So skin tone essentially became a social ranking system. Now fast forward to modern China, and guess what? Didn't change that much. If anything, it got a whole rebrand, and there's also a marketing team behind it now. A lot of Asian celebrities and the entire aesthetic still prefer a lighter skin tone because, I mean, a yellow undertone apparently looks dull. Paler skin looks younger, cleaner, and hides many imperfections like dark circles or freckles. Which, okay, I get wanting clear skin, but since when did we decide that the solution was to look like a ghost? I mean, you've got actual celebrities like...
Yeah, pro tip. So we see a ghost skin looking Asian, that don't mean they rich, because ask all those people in India that skin bleaching. You think all of them rich? Nah.
Lin Qiling, who openly admitted
They just down bad.
that after she accidentally got tanned, she immediately went to get skin whitening injections. And then you've got external influences adding to the fire, like K-pop promoting glass skin and Chinese influencers looking like they haven't seen sunlight since 2003. I mean, people in China are going absolutely all out to avoid the sun. It's like avoiding the plague at this point. We're talking UV umbrellas, full body coverage, and the absolute masterpiece of human innovation.
Trying to tell you, man, that the low self-esteem industry is not even a trillion. It's more than $1 trillion industry. Low self-esteem. If you want to sell something, sell something that relates to low self-esteem. So makeup, this just make a profit out their insecurities. Money will always be there.
The Peekaboo Polo. It's like a hoodie that's like mixed with a dress shirt that covers your entire face. And then you get these tiny eye holes and a zip for your mouth. So you look like a ninja, but also like you're about to rob a bank. With amazing skin, of course.
You could be a ninja that's dressed up to rob a bank. You could do both.
I mean, one seller even said, if multiple people wear this, during the day you won't know which one is your wife. At night, she removes the hood and you'll recognize her. On Xiaohongshu and Weibo, people are calling themselves sun protection warriors. And I mean, we got a whole skill tree for this. The beginner level, just a cap and a disposable mask, light work. The intermediate level, now we're talking. Sunglasses, long sleeves, long pants, umbrella. Okay, you're committed. And the advanced level, a full face kini covering your neck, a long robe, and calf-length socks so your ankles don't
Hey, that boy got the Ku Klux Klan special. Look at that. He got the. Oh man, that boy's got the spring design. He got the fall collection. I mean, if you're in the mafia, they did all the work for you. Throw them in the trunk. Toss them over the bridge, man. They did all the work for you. Uh, I guess.
neck, a long robe, and calf-length socks so your ankles don't get tanned. This blogger over here called it her armor when riding a motorcycle. Another netizen said, "You look like an assassin." To me, it looks like the sun is her biggest op. This girl even got told that she looked like the wife of a Dubai prince, and someone replied, "You haven't done enough. Your hands aren't even covered." Isn't going out like this a bit too much? I've been brainwashed by all the bloggers and can't tell if it's actually working or not. There are so many conflicting opinions online. Um, well, but yeah, this level of dedication to avoiding the sun, they're built different. And once people got this invested, of course, they're gonna take it even further. Which brings us to these sketchy underground clinics that offer these skin whitening.
You know, the thing about, I guarantee majorities, well, it's a lot going on in China, but I guarantee majority females are single as a Pringle. So obviously they're doing it for the attention. Like I said, it's a weird trend, but it's been going on for a long time. But it's still a trend. So there's a session to be of ghost color, but yeah, I guarantee majority of these females are single.
Injections. Yep, straight into your bloodstream to get rid of all your melanin. Sign me up. People go to these unofficial beauty clinics, sit down, and get hooked up to these IV drips, and the liquid slowly goes into their body over time. And after about a couple of weeks or so, your skin will be as bright as your future, which might not be so bright after taking that.
我宝贝又来打美白针了，这一次是第7次了哦，明显的白，现在比我的还白，还不白，还要多白，这么白，宝贝真白。等你打完10次，你可能就是白里透红的那种了。
So yeah, it's not like a one-time thing. You need continuous daily
like the
drips
Joker.
for like 10
89
sessions.
the
So you're basically committing to a skin whitening subscription where you have to go there every single day, sit down, and let these mysterious chemicals marinate inside of you. Won't putting so much on my face cause adverse reactions? Product quantity used by 3 customers. Oh, okay, so it's completely safe. What's the price? Can I do it myself at home? Private. So you can see that there's these really sketchy accounts that are obviously unofficial, and they're offering these private procedures behind closed doors to anybody who's commenting or interested. It's very obvious they don't want this in the public eye, and they're even showing proof of results, which can obviously be faked. I mean, this is just one of the many sketchy e-commerce businesses that...
That's the thing too. Whenever you come up with a product, something like that, if it's in high demand, it's gonna be faked at the beginning. You know, if it's legit, it will be modified at the beginning because what is it? Somebody dropped the it was like a weight loss pill and like the hair growth serum. You know, like they would try this product. It got this and that or whatever. You know, something like that. You know, if it's legit, it takes time for you to get results. So what they would do, they'll just steal pictures offline, or they'll go to somebody else's page and they'll steal the pictures. Not saying it doesn't work, but you're not gonna get results tomorrow. And people literally asking questions. Oh, well, I see results in 2 days, 3 days. Like, no, you idiot! It takes weeks and months for you to see something. So I'm not saying all the people who do the people who do that are crooks. They're not doing it. Some people, they know the product work, but they don't have any testimonies, so they have to make their own testimonies. Just to, you know what I mean? Like it's just business. If not, they gotta wait have long for the product to start working. So that takes time. Like again, like if you're trying to regrow your hair, it's gonna take weeks for you to see some kind of results, and then months or even years for you to be, for a full head of hair. So that takes time. So if it's legit, you know what I mean, then, but a lot of people, they selling wolf tickets, so it's not legit. But in this case right here, I mean, clearly it works. See all them women that's getting, that's getting the procedures, and it's working. It's just not working as fast. So they not lying. You know what I mean? I mean they lying clearly, but it does work. It just takes time. But they're gonna make it seem like, oh, we get it done in a couple weeks, and this is how you're gonna look. In reality, in like 6 months or a year, that's how you'll look. It's just business, But if it works, it works. It's just they just gotta beef it up to get the customers in there. But it does work, but it doesn't work as quick as they say it does. So that part, that's the gray area, right? But at the end of the day, if it's legit, That's all that matters. So
That happened all over Xiaohongshu. I mean, a couple days ago, I was at one of those Chinese medicine shops, you know, like the ones where the ginseng is like stacked on top of each other across the shelves. Yeah, I mean, I was like scrolling through Douyin and like a bunch of different kinds of these procedures came out. And well, what do you know? My data completely turned off while I was in there. Maybe they just didn't want me to find something out that I shouldn't. And speaking of data, I've been using this eSIM app called Saily, and it fixes like all of those issues. You know, instead of like arriving at the airport and then getting a kind Chinese auntie help you buy a SIM card, please just leave her alone. All you gotta do is just download Saily on your phone, pick a country, choose a data plan, and instant internet. Like, you're good to go. And it also works in over 200 countries. So like whether you're going to Japan, Korea, or China, wherever, you won't be relying on the local cafe's Wi-Fi. And trust me, when I went to China, I've been hit with those $87 roaming charges, like just for using something like Google Maps for like a minute. So luckily, Saily helps you avoid all those fees completely. And I mean, you don't have to keep like installing a new SIM every time you switch countries. And they actually have some pretty good security features too. So it works on iOS, it works on Android, and for some reason it just, you know, doesn't work, you'll get a full refund. You can get an exclusive 15% discount on Saily eSIM data plans or use code WANI at checkout. Or you can also download the Saily app or go to saily.com/WANI. I'll throw the QR code on screen here as well. Thank you, Saily, for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to the main ingredients. Now here's what's actually inside of these so-called miracle injections. They contain 3 ingredients: tranexamic acid, glutathione, and vitamin C. First up, tranexamic acid is actually a blood clotting agent, which also makes your skin a bit more paler, with the increased risk of skin cancer though. Reasonable trade-off. Next is glutathione, which actually helps detoxify the liver, so it might sound like the healthy one on paper, right? But thing is, you're not eating foods that just contain it and like slowly over time, you're dumping a whole bucket of it into your blood. And then there's vitamin C, oranges. Yum, everyone's favorite, the most safe ingredient, right? Except in high doses, it causes diarrhea and blood clotting. So it circles all the way back to tranexamic acid.
I mean, to be fair, diarrhea, it won't be so severe because, well, they don't eat either. So as you can tell, they're all the size of toothpicks. So yeah, as long as it's a little diarrhea, not a lot.
So imagine all of these combined, injected into an IV drip directly inside of you, all for that glow up. And despite the name whitening injection, there's actually no such thing as this in China as like an official approved product. They're basically cooking up their own DIY potion here. Which brings us to this disturbing case of an influencer called Little Angel. She said that she's been getting these whitening injections for 6 years. At first, everything seemed fine, like her skin was getting lighter and the results were actually working. So of course, like any normal person would, she just kept going with it for years. And the side effects gradually started kicking in. So what started happening was that the skin on her face actually started to harden and her nose began to start rotting and ulcerating. Also, the area under her eyes became like extremely swollen and dark. Like, this is absolutely horrifying. And she says she did not use any fake products, like everything was genuine. She followed the routine exactly as instructed, and doctors even told her at the beginning that your skin, yeah, you'll look whiter at first, but long-term use can cause ulcers. But I mean, she just ignored it. She said that she was going to the doctors every single week during this treatment.
I keep telling you guys, some females don't care, bro. They put their life on the line, you know, this to be fine. But yeah, like some BBLs, they kill females on the daily. There's so many damn reports of that. They don't put all of them on the news. It's just, they don't care. I literally watch videos of females saying they don't care after watching, you know, hearing about other women dying overseas in Brazil from getting those botched ass BBLs. They literally say, I don't care. And they'll go to that same place and everything. So it is what it is, man.
And she was doing daily IV drips over time, and that's how things got worse. And to try to fix the damage, she went through 2 rhinoplasty surgeries just to repair her nose. And even after 2 years of continuous treatment, still she had swelling under her cheeks and eyes. And this was a big wake-up call for her and most netizens. I mean, she begged people to learn from her mistakes and avoid these procedures, as I mean, they are unofficial, so they really can ruin your life. I mean, there was even another woman who fell into a coma just after 3 injections. Just 3 injections. And it's not just the injections themselves, because sometimes people mix and combine them with fillers, such as hyaluronic acid. boy did I miss you. But this is just one side of the industry that those brave people who are super desperate for having pale skin will go to. But for those of you at home and for people that, aren't as brave, they have a solution for it. And these are the so-called whitening creams, with the promise of miracle glowing results, done at the comfort of your own home. So we are doing an entire paint job on our body now until we look like a celestial being. Creams are much safer, guys. I mean, it's just something you apply to your skin, so no needles, no IV drips, right? None of that. It's completely done without side effects. Until you realize many of these creams have mercury in it. Yeah.
Good old mercury. It's a fun fact. Flu shots, they have mercury in those. In those as well. So, we had got a flu shot. I'll never forget this. I was like probably like 7 or 8. Went to the clinic. Me and my siblings got a flu shot, and I kid you not, as soon as I got the flu shot, on the way to the car to leave the clinic, I literally was sick as a dog. So never got one again, and I'm okay. So you think I'm lying? Look it up. Yeah, mercury is something that you don't want to mess with at all. That will take you to the shadow realm. So, but again, they don't care if you tell them. They still don't care. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, it's wild. It's wild.
Mercury, as in toxic heavy metals, and excessive amounts of it. And why? Because it
They bathing in it. We got that mercury milkshake going on, boy. They bathing in it. That's I'm trying to tell you, bro. They don't care. They don't care. So,
completely stops melanin production and instantly makes you lighter. So technically, yeah, it works, but at the cost of completely ruining your kidneys, damaging your brain, and just almost dying from it. Yeah, this looks completely normal to me. You totally don't look like a vampire or somebody suffering from blood loss.
接下来就是全身打牛奶锅。扫完一遍以后，我还在局部黑色素比较重的地方着重做了一个精准过。咱就说这待遇和明星有啥区别？到这一步的时候就已经初见端倪喽。最后全身再刷上厚厚的大白，等待30分钟。我已经变成一条美人鱼了，这里真的好搞笑。但是此时此刻已经非常期待做完的效果了。给你们看看我做完的样子，就连关节、手肘处都白嫩到不行。
Now, I understand if they're trying to go for that Michelin Man undertone, but, makeup is always an option. Oh, how stupid of me. I forgot, that's temporary. We need fast results and permanent results, which inevitably leads us to people paying hundreds of dollars for these unofficial online whitening creams because apparently expensive equals safe. And looking at the instant side effects that start showing, I mean, you see patch marks on your skin, you start to get these crazy allergic reactions, all due to the mercury. And this one Chinese media report actually found 55 batches of whitening creams that had excessive mercury levels. I mean, one of them exceeded the limit by 6,399 times. Oh, oops. We added a little bit too much. It's fine. Just market it as a traditional Chinese medicine formula. Now, this brand was already on a high mercury blacklist, but they just kept getting away with it because, they just kept rebranding. Some were unregistered, some were deregistered. So, they weren't even approved to begin with. And most of these products are not approved at all. Now, this aesthetic isn't going anywhere. If anything, it's here to stay forever. Just take a look at the entire Chinese influencer face aesthetic that's, being shoved into your face every day. So if you think about it, after dabbling in these whitening injections and these poisonous creams, filters are not too bad after all. Now that I think about it, I can slowly start to see what look they were going for. You can't ever be too white now, can you?
Well, I did one about Africa. I do one about India too. I'm okay, man. It's the only trend I want to be a part of, that gym trend. That's about it. Not the drug, but the actual working out part. I'm not surprised, man. These women, they literally do stuff that will kill them and don't give a shit about it. So, when you realize what level they're on, how they function, you can't feel bad for them, man. Like I say, the only difference is, the ones that have kids, feel bad for the kids. We got a lot of them, they died, BBLs overseas, they ain't then left the kids behind. You know, who gonna raise the kids? You know, majority of them, well, then all of them baby mamas. So who gonna raise the kids? Hopefully the father gives a shit and raise his kids, right? But that's not always gonna be the case because a lot of them don't know who the fathers are, and yeah, it's a lot of stuff that goes. Or he's locked up, or he's buried. So yeah, they live a destructive lifestyle. That's why I tell you guys all the time, women are not leaders; they're followers. That's why it's so important to have the father in the household. And if you can't co-parent, make sure the father has the kids because the father ain't gonna be, allowing this to happen in the household. So yeah, I'm gonna leave his link down below. He's a cool guy. I like his personality, I like his style of editing. You know, but yeah, it's crazy, man. But anyway, if you liked the video, if you didn't, let me know down below. If you got any suggestions, that's always welcome. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and if you can, donate to the Cash App. And yeah, till next time.